the network for games.
This is the battlefield for a game of speed and strategy. These are the letters that lead to victory on Blockbusters. And here's the star of our show, Bill Collins.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, welcome back, John. Okay, boy, oh boy. Thank you. Hey, what a marvelous bunch this is. Welcome to Blockbusters. We're happy to have all of you with us. We have sort of a special event right now. This, as you know, is where we have a solo player compete against a family pair. And we had a family pair that was really doing marvelous and went up into the 60,000s. We brought back our solo player. We want you right now to meet our returning champion, who at one time went the limit. The limit has been extended. We brought him back, and he's won a couple of games with $67,000. You folks who have been watching us will be happy to see again John Hatton. Welcome back, John. John, I've introduced you on this show because you're an all-time, as often as I've introduced anybody. Do you get the idea that my introductions become convoluted as I try to wade my way through them?
You've always made sense to me, Bill.
And that's probably because of your calling, John. John is a psychologist.
Right.
And your lovely family as well. You told me that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Am I right? What's your son's name?
I have two sons.
The older.
The older is Kevin.
Was it not originally your intention for you and Kevin to be on as a family pair? Was that not so?
That's correct, yes.
And I love John's forthrightness and frankness. He told me this right in front of Kevin after he had won the last time. He said, I looked at the questions, and I looked at Kevin, and I looked at what was going on, and I decided I could do better as a solo player. Kevin never minded, did he?
No.
Okay.
He wants his cut, though.
Oh, listen, Kevin deserves it. Maybe.
Hey, I've got enough trouble on that score without you coming in here.
Let me take care of that for you, because I know how to handle kids. Kevin, you do not deserve it. Kevin's pretty tall, isn't he?
He's pretty big kid.
He'll probably end up getting it. John won the game. He has $67,000 going for him now. And it's come time, John, for you to come up to a gold run and play against the house, all right?
Great.
Let me push the button. I hope you do it. Now, John Hatton trying for another $5,000 on gold run. Let's get him pushing. Good luck. I guess if I had to pick one player who has been the most outstanding, we've had so many very outstanding players, I guess my nod would go to John. I'm quite sure it would, because his was an entirely dramatic experience. We'll talk about that more as time goes on. John, you know what you do. You start at the left and make your path to the right, and the moment you make the connection, you win $5,000. If you miss or pass, we put a block up. Should be able to overcome that. And you have 60 seconds in which to do it. Standing at 67, put the 60 seconds up there. There they are. John, good luck. The clock will start when you do.
Thank you, Bill. ILD.
Shirley MacLaine as a French hooker.
Irma LaDouche.
Right.
SR.
A flat ocean fish with a dangerous tail.
Stingray.
Right.
JQA.
Resigned from the Senate in 1808.
John Quincy Adams.
Right.
SOS.
Thomas Jefferson was first to hold this post.
Secretary of State.
Right.
WP.
General Custer's alma mater.
West Point.
That's all there is to it. John, you did it again. Congratulations. 30 seconds. 30 over there. There you go. So, that's a nice way to begin a program on a high note. John, you did it. You have $72,000. Now, this is the second time you've been to the board, right, since you've been back?
That's correct.
You can do it 8 more times.
I'd love to.
Unless, of course, you run into a family pair who, they're always family pairs like that.
They're all tough.
I know they are. John, go on back, make yourself at home, get ready to meet another family pair. We'll be back here in a moment, but right now, we're going to ask you if you might watch this. Again, you might not. Okay. All right, one more. You know, John, as I say, has been an outstanding champion, and he won the top amount. And he told me something very interesting, and I didn't remember this, but John, tell everybody what that is, John, that you just pointed out to me.
Well, in the 12 times I've been to the Gold Run board, that is the very first time I have gone through without having missed at least one.
Isn't that amazing? Which proves our point that if you use your time well, you can always come back around and work your way around it. Thanks, John, for that bit of me. Hey, would you like to meet a couple of sisters? I'll tell you, it's what are you shaking your head for, Janet? It's Irish Day here. The sisters are Susan Sullivan and Janet Glennie. Welcome to both of you. Happy to have you with us. The four of us could form a corporation, Sullivan, Glennie, Hatton, and Cullen. Sure. Boy, we could be lawyers. We'd probably be losers, but we could be lawyers. Welcome, ladies. Happy to have you. Are you both married?
To each other?
No, Jenny. Susan, what's your husband's name?
Steve.
And Janet, you're not married, right?
Right.
You're okay. I don't know if it's right or not, but I just want to know. Okay. All right, now you met John. You know how the game is played, so we'll start right in. Okay. Quick on the buttons, Janet and Susan. That's the important thing, the moment you think you know. Going to begin this board, game one, with the letter B. Answer starts with a B, and here comes the first question. What B believed the Civil War was inevitable and succeeded in delaying it until his successor... Yes, John.
Buchanan.
Buchanan is the right answer, John. Well done. Until his successor, Abraham Lincoln, took office. So, John, you scored first, and now I'll remind everybody, John's trying to work top to bottom, family pair side to side. Your pick, John.
The L, please, Bill.
Letter L. Susan and Janet, you want to get in there and take that chance at it. Question. What L became a province of France in 1701? John?
Lorraine.
Nope. Repeat it now. For either the family pair, raise your hand. You'll hear the full question. What L became a province of France in 1701 and is where the Cajuns live? Yes, Susan?
Louisiana.
Louisiana's the right answer, Susan. Your team's on the board. That Cajun was the big tipper on that one.
Yeah.
Where to, Susan?
H, please.
Okay, family pair now trying to connect it sideways. Question. What H is an official mark stamped on gold and silver articles in England to attest their purity, or is an American maker, John?
Hallmark.
Of greeting cards. Hallmark is the right answer, and John, you have another. So John has won the pick back, and your selection?
Let's take the P, Bill.
Okay, letter D. This picking is P. Letter P. This picking is important because it has to do with the strategy of the game. I will read a P, that being what John picked, which is unusual the way things have been going. Everybody ready? Answer starts with P. What P is a foolishly optimistic person? Oh, boy, Susan.
A Pollyanna?
Right. For that, you capture the hexagon, or your white hexagon, and you win an extra $2 for hitting the button harder than it's ever been hit. But listen, that's all right, Susan. That's okay. Let me read the rest of the question. A foolishly optimistic person, or was a Walt Disney film starring Haley Mills, Pollyanna? Where are you going, Susan?
G, please.
And do not let me discourage you. Hit that button as hard as you want. We got a lot of buttons here. Famous last words. Here comes a G question. What G is a kind of rope knot, or is what you might call your mother's mother? That's Janet.
Your grandmother.
No, repeat it for John. John, what G is a kind of rope knot, or is what you might call your mother's mother?
Granny.
Granny is the answer. Okay. Grandmother replied to half the question, but not the other half, Janet. Okay, John, where are you going?
N, Bill.
Letter N, picked by John. Answer will start with N. See that board beginning to fill up now. What N is where Viking adventurers once... Yes, John?
Norway.
Nope, repeat it for either of the family pair. Hands, if you would. What N is where Viking adventurers once landed and is the Canadian province that's part island? Susan?
Nova Scotia?
Nope. Newfoundland.
Oh.
Newfoundland. Okay, nothing happened. We still have an N question that we will read when we get back here. But before we read our N, we would ask you to please watch this scene. Just talking to a lady. To digress, and why not, during that commercial, I was talking to a lady who went to South High School when I did, and we were very happy to have you with us. Now then, we're still on N, are we not? N is for the lovely. Here's an N question. Janet and Susan, quick on the button. John, you know how it's played. Answer begins with N. What N ordered 10 days of mourning in France when John.
Napoleon.
When George Washington died? Napoleon is the right answer, John. Okay, John, where are you going?
V, please.
Okay, letter V. John will not make the connection with this. He'll be getting close, and Susan and Janet want to try to take it back and get the pick. What V is the Latin word for I forbid? And is what the president does if... Susan.
Veto.
Veto is the right answer. Okay. And is what the president does if he returns an unsigned bill to Congress in 10 days. There are other ways of doing that, too. Susan, your choice now.
O, please.
Okay, letter O, straight across. No connection yet, but you're out of danger over there.
At the moment, yeah.
I'm in a little danger. I'm having trouble getting the O out of the slot. There you go. Got it. O question. What O was held in St. Louis in 1904 and will be held in Los Angeles? Janet.
The Olympics.
Right. Los Angeles in 1984. Well, look at the complexion it's taken. Janet, where to?
Well, I'll have to take the R.
All right.
Okay. If the family pair gets the R, they will have won game one of this match and picked up $500 in the process. R. What R precedes nickels? John.
Rubber.
Nope. Repeat it for either Janet or Susan. Raise your hands. It's a game question for you. What R precedes nickels, Grange, and buttons? Susan?
Red.
Red is the right answer. The family pairs won a game. $500. Okay, well played. Very well done, you two. John, these teams keep getting better and better, or do they not?
Sure do.
Not that any are better than others, but I mean they keep doing better and better. That's a game for you, Janet and Susan. $500.
Right.
And a leg up on the match.
Right.
We'll be back here in just a minute to pick it up, but right now we're going to pause for this. People are tripping me all over the place. Well, John, Janet and Susan with game one here and $500 to their credit. Ready to go, John?
They've got me in trouble.
Okay, let's see what happens now. We're going to begin game two. John's going to try to win his game, tie the match, and we'll go on from there. Naturally, Janet and Susan want to win it and end the match. Answer begins with P. Everybody ready? Here we go. What P builds up on your teeth if... John.
Plaque.
Plaque's the right answer. John, you got the first one. What P builds up on your teeth if you don't brush often enough? And the rest of the question, or is what you might get from a charity group for good service. It's spelled the same, but they look nothing alike.
Okay.
No, it's very difficult to mistake the two. John, where are you going?
I'll take the F, Bill.
Okay, the letter F. What'd you get from the charity group? Plaque. Here comes an F question. Everybody ready? What F created the film classics La Dolce Vita? Yes, John.
Fellini.
Fellini's the right answer, and you have another one. La Dolce Vita, 8.5, and Juliet of the Spirits. John, your choice again.
M, please, Bill.
Letter M. Okay, now, family pair wants to get in here and stop them. Question coming. What M has killed more people than any other... John.
Malaria.
Wow, right, absolutely. Rest of the question, than any other disease in history and is still sometimes best treated by quinine, or quinine, as they say, wherever it is they say that. John, it's your selection.
E, please, Bill.
John, if he gets this one, will have gone quickly apace to the top, and let's see if Janet or Susan can stop him. Possible game and tie of the match by John Hatton. Question. What E supposedly killed Roman Emperor Charles V because he put them in pies and ate too many of them? And are the slimy water... John, for the game.
Eels.
Eels is right. You won it and tied the match. I talked about my introduction of you in the beginning, John, as being roundabout. That's the longest question to get to eels I ever heard. I'll finish it. Why did he kill Roman Emperor Charles V? Because he put them in pies and ate too many of them, and are the slimy water creatures that are still considered a delicacy by many. And because of that, he got, from his local undertaker, he got a plaque. Ran in and wrote on his teeth. Thanks a lot. So it's all tied here. John has a game, and Janet and Susan has a game, and I don't know what's wrong with me or what I have, but I will do my best to muddle through, as I usually do. Tiebreaker, everybody ready? Game begins with the letter C. Okay, Susan, Janet, John. What seed did the Aztecs believe would give someone a long life if it was eaten, and today is said... John.
I'm going to try corn.
No, no. Okay, now, Janet and Susan. What seed did the Aztecs believe would give someone a long life if it was eaten, and today is said to be America's favorite flavor? Susan.
Chocolate?
Better than corn any day.
Absolutely.
You have it. See, your reasoning on corn was good. John's reasoning on the corn was excellent, but that happened to be a chocolate answer there, and we like chocolate answers.
Oh, I do,
Where would you like to go, Susan?
I'll try W.
Okay, now, because this is such a good match and so closely contested, I will now do my best to play it straight and let you all set the pace. W. Everybody ready? What W is the made-up word that sounds German but isn't, and is used to describe a know-it-all or smart aleck? John?
Wiseacre.
Nope. Repeat it for either of the family pair. Raise your hand. What W is the made-up word that sounds German but isn't, and is used to describe a know-it-all or smart aleck? Janet?
Wonderkind?
No. Weisenheimer.
I like Wonderkind better.
The audience? That's the first answer that's been booed in weeks. Okay. Gee, thanks a lot, friend. Wiseacre was not the one we were thinking of, and Wonderkind has an altogether different meaning. Okay, now, everybody ready and everybody eligible. Another W question. Click on the buttons now. What W was founded in 1911 as the Upton Machine Company, and today is the #1 seller of washers? Janet?
Westinghouse.
Nope. Repeat it for John. John, what W was founded in 1911 as the Upton Machine Company, and today is the #1 seller of washers and dryers? Do not help.
White?
Nope. Whirlpool.
Oh.
Whirlpool. Would you like Weisenheimer in there? I'll put...
Yeah.
Okay. Anything for the crowd. It's called trial by ordeal up here. All right, now, the four of us will continue as if nothing has happened. And I think maybe nothing has. Of course, who cares what I think? Answer begins with a W. Susan, Janet, John, all ready. Here we go. What W was the 19th century chemist who developed the cooking oil that, John?
How about Wesson?
Bears his name. Weston is the right answer. You got another one there. Over there. All right, John. Take all the time you want looking at the board and make your selection, because this is important for all of you.
M.
M. Answer will begin with M. Everybody ready? Question. What M was the 1977 film in which Gregory Peck starred as a controversial World War II and Korean War general? Susan.
MacArthur?
Right. MacArthur's the answer, and you have it back. Take your time, Susan. Don't make your choice yet, because we have to pause. It's game for John and game for our family pair. We're working on the tiebreaker, and we'll be back in a moment. But right now, this. Well, I must say, this audience has been helpful today, and we do appreciate it. You deserve a good show, and that's what we've given you here. Good contest as far as the show that speaks for itself, and it's been surprisingly silent of late. Anyway, the contest has been good between our new family pair, Janet Glennie and Susan Sullivan, and John Hatton, our returning champion. Sum up, John has $72,500. and game in this. That's worth the $500. And Janet and Susan, you have $500. And we're on the tiebreaker. Someone here is going to get a shot at $5,000. Join us next time. Thank you. Goodbye.
Nascent academicians endeavor to prevail as GSN celebrates the first National Vocabulary Championship with Win with Words Week.
It's teachers versus students all week on Chain Reaction.
Watch high school students put their teachers to the test.
We have a pretty strong rivalry going on here.
All this week at 10, 9 Central. Then watch the National Vocabulary Championship Sunday, April 15th at 8 p.m., 7 Central. Win with Words Week, only on GSN. It's vocabularious, not a real word.